How do I make my toddler afraid of someone? I am not op. Posted by you, throwaway 321,483,284 on our advice. TW. Mention of saw and stalking. Less than. Original December 16, 2020. Throwaway to protect myself. By the title. This probably sounds bad. It isn't. I promise you. A little background. I was raped when I was 17 and I became pregnant. My rapist has stalked me since he found out I was pregnant. My daughter is 2.5 now and we have had to move 4 times since she was born to stay away from him. I have an active restraining order against him. But it hasn't stopped him once and the police have not been very diligent. In their eyes he is just trying to see his daughter and they turn a blind eye. Despite them being called multiple times because mine and my daughter's lives were in danger after he broke into my home. Yes, this has happened more than once. I work a full-time job to ensure my daughter and I have a place to live, and because I have no help from family, my daughter goes to daycare. The daycare is fully aware of the active restraining order and have a photo of him on file. He showed up to her daycare last week and I have been too afraid to send her back this weekend. Have taken off work. But if I want to pay my rent next month, I have to go back to work tomorrow. I trust my daycare. They recognized him immediately. Called the police, who didn't do anything because he wasn't on the premises when they arrived. And then called me. So I know deep down that I can trust these people to protect my child and alert me if he shows up again. But I am still so scared. I don't know if this is the right thing to do. But I want my daughter to recognize him and be afraid of him. I want her to know to make noise and yell, scream, and cry if he is around, so that hopefully if something were to happen, somebody would notice that something is wrong. How can I go about doing this? Is this the right thing to do? Edit. I have gotten some great advice. Thanks to many people who replied. I am working with an organization who is going to help move me far away, possibly even before the end of this week. Thank you so much. Update December 31st, 2020. Guys, first of all, thank you. I can't say that enough. Thanks to so many of you who commented different organizations who could help my daughter and I. We are now safe. I got in touch with a few organizations and one of them was able to get my daughter and I on a plane on Christmas Eve. I left our things, with the exception of whatever we could fit in 2 suitcases, and left without saying a word. We arrived that night and some amazing people from the organization were there to pick us up and take us to housing. We can stay here for up to 18 months. But I totally plan on getting on my feet before then. They have childcare, connections to lawyers, psychologists, everything we need. They had an apartment ready for us, with a Christmas tree and everything. They had presents for my daughter to open on Christmas morning and even a couple for me as well. We have now been here for 6 nights and for the first time since my daughter was born, I have had a full night's rest. I have talked to a lawyer who is helping me get an order of protection so that if we were ever found, I know I will be protected by the law. I feel like I can do anything. I can go to school. I can get whatever job I want. I can spend time with my daughter without being in fear. This is such a blessing. I feel like I can live my life. For the past 2.5 years, I have been stuck in the mindset that to protect my daughter and myself, I couldn't act young. It was work and home every single day. Getting to separate myself from my terrible situation made me realize that I can be a responsible mother for my daughter and be 20 years old. I get to enjoy being a young parent. It doesn't have to be so scary. So once again, thank you to everyone who helped. I wish I could hug every single one of you in person. I am eternally grateful. And so I don't break any rules of the subreddit. Any advice for a young mom in a new city? Original post was heartbreaking, but the update made me very happy. A few years ago, I googled the name of my rapist and found an article that strongly suggested he'd run afoul of someone who made him a hashtag. Shout out to my favorite TikToker who makes awesome animal videos. I'm not gonna say I wish the same for OOP's rapist, but he needs to just go away. I wish OOP much happiness, peace, and anonymity from here on out. I'm so incredibly happy she has a happy ending. I'm so glad these organizations were able to help her and provide her what she needed to build the life she and her daughter deserve. The Christmas tree in the apartment really got me in all my feelings. I hope she gets a name change and stays away from social media. Stalkers can be horribly relentless. But I'm so glad she got far away and is finally, for the most part, free of him. This is so sad, but I'm glad the ending was hopeful. I really recommend the show made on Netflix for understanding how hard it is to get away from an abusive relationship when you have a child. I can't even imagine how horrible Asa must be, let alone becoming pregnant to it and having to deal with the person who did it. I'm very glad OOP got the help she needed. May she be able to live a full life with her daughter. She's strong for sure. I cried about the Christmas presents for her daughter. People really can be thoughtful and loving. The police have not been very diligent. In their eyes he is just trying to see his daughter and they turn a blind eye. Despite them being called multiple times because mine and my daughter's lives were in danger after he broke into my home. Yes, this has happened more than once. And people wonder why so many of us hate the police. Did you ever just have the urge to hug someone? Y'all asking about this particular charity. Donate locally. This isn't an isolated story and there are people in your community struggling just like OOP. After 15 years, one of my rapists messaged me with a bunch of threats because I confided in someone and told them the truth. I haven't slept in a week out of fear and anxiety. I wish I knew what organization this was so I could donate. I remember reading this when it was posted and she went through Bikers Against Child Abuse. After learning what they do and how they help abused people, I've started donating money to them. They're an amazing organization and if you're looking to donate during the holidays I recommend them. The most impressive thing is that they have a coalition of bikers that will stand watch outside victims' houses to provide protection and peace of mind and will even escort them to appointments or regular errands to help the victim feel safe and secure. The fact that these organizations exist, the work they do, the services they provide, it's downright amazing obviously. But the fact that they provided housing on a major holiday, provided a Christmas tree, and had gifts for her and her toddler. It really warms my heart that there is some good left out there. I'm so glad she got help. Loving that she went so far she got a plane. In the UK we have Rail to Refuge. So free train trips for people fleeing domestic abuse. DA organizations do so much. And are way too underfunded. Like most charities. I'm so happy they were able to get away. I hope they're both safe and happy and that they're thriving. The cops who refused to protect her and her baby, on the other hand, can go to hell. I can't help but think someone was telling Stalker where OOP lived. Excuse my ignorance, but the rapist is not in jail? Edit. I realize that not the point of this happy post, but I just wanted some clarity. I rarely comment on these things. But dang, this one hit me hard. Especially her last paragraph. She is so brave and I hope all the best for her.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.